Hi FlossTube friends, this is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Sunday, April 13th at approximately 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm coming to you today with a FlossTube update and Black Needle Society Stitching at Downton virtual retreat wrap-up. So thank you very much for stopping by. Again, this is my YouTube channel where I talk about my love of cross stitch. So if you're new here, thank you very much for stopping by. It's great to meet new friends, and I look forward to spending more time with you as you choose to stick around. So thank you very much for stopping back by. If you don't know, FlossTube is a subset of YouTube channels where people like me talk about our love of cross stitch. We use embroidery floss, thus our channels are known as FlossTube. So thank you very much for stopping by. It's good to meet you, good to see you, and good to spend time with you. So thank you very much for stopping by. If you're a returning watcher, thank you very much. I like seeing my good friends here on YouTube, and thank you for coming back. I really do appreciate it. And if you're a returning subscriber, all my YouTube friends really mean a lot to me, so thank you very much for sticking around and subscribing. Hopefully you will find something here on my channel, if you haven't yet subscribed, that will enable you or encourage you to come back for some more. So I encourage you to click the subscription button below and click the notification bell also, so you'll be notified when I do upload new content. My intent with this channel is to upload new content about every 2 weeks or so, but that happens kind of as life dictates. Things happen, and sometimes life gets in the way, but thank you very much for stopping by. I really look forward to it. Sorry if I keep looking down this way, but I kind of have a new setup. I have a USB camera on a tripod that I'm looking at, and my laptop is right down here. So I keep looking at the laptop just to see how things are going. So my husband says hi.
Hey, how's it going?
And he's just doing some, he's jogging over. He's going to have to kneel in way high. Oh, there he is. Hi. He's opening up cat litter boxes from Amazon because he's doing cat litter.
Well, yes, I guess technically that is the correct term.
What?
They're boxes with cat litter in them.
Yeah, bags of cat litter. But anyway, so little side bit there. So tonight's video is going to be a little bit of an April cross stitch kind of mid-month wrap up. I have a couple of numbers to share with you and some progress, and also to do a retreat wrap up sorta for you. So this video is going to be a little bit long because I have some video snippets to kind of show from the in-person retreat that Mom and I went up to in near Youngstown, Ohio last weekend for the Western PA Eastern Ohio Facebook stitching group. And we had a good time. There was about 18 to 20 of us at the small retreat up in Youngstown. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast. I stitched quite a bit up there, and I will share with you that piece. And then starting this Wednesday through about 7 p.m. tonight, I was attending and participating in the Black Needle Society Stitching at Downton retreat. I did a retreat box unboxing for you, a video on Wednesday night, after the welcome live video on Facebook for the retreat from Black Needle Society happened. I did the unboxing because I hadn't opened up my retreat box as of yet. So I have that unboxing to include in this video. So this video for you. So hopefully everything will go fine. So bear with me as I get into this. So as I said, last weekend Mom and I went to Youngstown, Ohio for the spring stitching retreat up in Niles Warren, Ohio. It's up near Youngstown. I hadn't really packed much for the retreat. I took 5 or 6 projects, but I don't have the other one with me that I started with on Friday night, but I put, I think, like 150 stitches in that on Friday night. Borrow this from my cat, Harvey. She is sitting on the couch next to me. You can probably see her right here. Let me take a look and see what I did. I only stitched 73 stitches on the first project last Friday night, a week ago at the stitching retreat in Youngstown on square dance, heart and hand square dance. I had jumped down to April and I was stitching on that. It's the one with the carrots, where I'm stitching 3 months in one little row to make little pillows for a dough bowl. I may have shown that. I don't remember if I've shown that or not. But anyway, I realized Friday night that I was missing one of the week's Dye Works flosses, that I didn't kit up for it. And I went to my local needle workshop here in Columbus yesterday during a break, and I picked up the week's Dye Works color that I was missing. So I picked up Sweet Potato yesterday. So this is going for the heart and hand square dance. I don't know how well that's coming because the lighting in this room is a little different. I don't know how well it's gonna pick up, but I got a little bit of colors for that. But I only put 73 stitches in, and then I had to switch projects. So I decided that I was gonna bring out Be the Good in the World by Amy Brookin. This was a new start earlier in the year, and I had quite a bit done. I put in 700 stitches, about 700 stitches, give or take. It could give you the exact number. So on Friday night last weekend, I put in 95 stitches. On Saturday, 571. So it was 600, and it was about 670. About 665 stitches. It wasn't, yeah, 665 stitches on Be the Good. So I can show you where I was at on that and where I got to. I was hoping to get more of a finish on this, but I stitched the word the, and then all of the purple in the background of world and the background of the second O and a D in good. So you can see where I'm at now. I'm hoping to have this finished sometime soon. This is going to be my next piece that I work on probably the next couple of weeks. This is on a piece of 40 count Be Stitch Me fabric. This is lightly salted, not roasted. I'm sorry. The Downton Abbey piece that I'm working on is a Grace Notes fabric, and I can give you the color of that a little bit later. But this is lightly salted, lightly roasted, not salted, from Be Stitch Me, 40 count. So I am actually kind of hoping to make this a finish for April. So this Verdal fabric from Be Stitch Me is like stitching on butter. It is so absolutely great to stitch on. So that is what I worked on for last weekend's retreat. Then I didn't work on anything because I had put in 600 and some stitches last weekend on this piece. I didn't work on anything until Wednesday night when I started the Downton retreat piece. So Black Needle Society, Catherine Landis, or Katie Landis, she created a pattern for the stitching at Downton retreat, and this is part 1. So this was included in our Downton Abbey retreat box. It's called I Am a Custodian, and the quote says, "I am a custodian, my dear, not an owner. I must strive to be worthy of the task I have been set." And I believe that is a quote from Lord Grantham of Downton Abbey. So as you can see, that is Downton Abbey, or Highclere Castle, where Downton Abbey was filmed at. So the interesting thing is, for this retreat, we had a whole itinerary starting from Wednesday night and going until tonight at around 7 p.m. they had 20 different hour-long stitching challenges throughout the weekend, and each hour-long stitching challenge had a prompt associated with it. Stitch on a project with a door, stitch on a project with green floss, stitch on a project with a boat, stitch on, you know, whatever the prompt has, you had to fit a project for it. Well, they said before the retreat started that the retreat piece would actually count for all of the stitching prompts as if you were stitching that prompt. So the whole goal was to, they would give you a password 5 minutes before the hour was supposed to start. You had to take a picture of your starting point on whatever project you were stitching with the password handwritten on a piece of paper. Take a picture. Then when the hour started, you had 60 minutes to stitch as many stitches as you could on that piece to post your finishing picture at the end of the hour. If your piece followed the prompt or you were stitching on the retreat piece, every 25 stitches you put in gains you 1 entry for the participation drawings for the retreat. I started mine with I started this on Wednesday night during the first stitching challenge, and over the course of the weekend I managed to put in 1,298 stitches. So I stitched 1,300 stitches on the retreat piece this weekend. And considering that the entire month of March I only stitched 703 stitches, well, that was a feat. So between last weekend and this weekend, I'm just over 1,800 stitches for the month of April, which is really good, and we're only halfway through the month. January, I only had about 1,400 stitches stitched. February, I had about 900 stitches stitched, and in March, I only had 703 stitches stitched for the entire month of March. And considering I'm at 1,800 and only halfway through, I'm doing really good this month. So I wanted to show you, anyway, so this is the stitching that I have completed. Again, this is Highclere Castle, and I don't know how well this is going to be. I turned the brightness down on my computer so I wouldn't get glare on my glasses, but this is Highclere Castle. This is all the stitches I put in this weekend during the Black Needle Society retreat in a box. This is the Dowager Countess needle minder that was in our retreat box. This is the Dowager Countess, and there's a little quote right underneath her that says, "What is a weekend?" If you haven't watched Downton Abbey, a lot of these things are quotes relating to things that happen in the movie. So one of the Dowager's best quotes is, "What is a weekend?" So I put the needle minder on here as I was stitching. It's just an inner hoop. I don't know if I will continue stitching on this week or not. It may come out of the hoop because I actually have to serge my fabric. I cut my fabric to about 16 by 16 inches. It's a 40 count Grace Notes fabric. I think it's called Almond Milk. I had picked up a yard of almond milk fabric from Grace Notes at the fall stitch-in that Mom and I went to last fall up in Youngstown because Corinne and her daughter were there from Grace Notes and they had stuff for sale. So she had a yard of discounted almond milk fabric that I picked up for that. So this is 40 count Grace Notes almond milk fabric that I'm stitching this on, and I'm using the called for flosses for this. But this is Highclere Castle. This is 1,298 stitches. I want to say it's about 14%, give or take, somewhere in the 14 to 15% mark. So that's where I'm at. And so far, those two pieces, the Be the Good and the I Am a Custodian pattern, are the only things I've stitched on for the month of April. And that is pretty much it for me. So during one of the breaks yesterday, I went out and got some lunch with my mom and my husband. And I also picked up some flosses that I had I needed for a just cross stitch pattern that I'm hopefully going to be starting soon. I forget the name of the pattern, but it's, I could look it up. Give me just a minute though, but I will show you the flosses that I picked up for the pattern. These are all going for the same just cross stitch pattern that I'm going to be hopefully stitching. So the first one is Weeks Dye Works Mocha, nice light brown. The second one is Foliage. It's a nice variegated green and brown. Then I got 2 of the color Bashful. Nice kind of white pink, very pale pink. Then Camellia, a nice variegated pink, and a darker reddish pink called Raspberry. I got two skeins of Raspberry. So that is just all the stash that I got. That is intended, I can tell you here in a second. Let me pull up. Let me pull up Cross Stitch Plus. Inventory threads, weeks, cotton. We're going to go down to Bashful. So it is for Filled with Love Hearts, in just cross stitch. I didn't write down what issue it was in just cross stitch. Let me see if I might be able to Google it. Let me see. What is it? Bashful. Filled with Love Hearts. Filled with Love Hearts. Just cross stitch. I don't think it is going to Ribbing with Blossoms, no, Poppity Easter, Retro Trek. Let's see. I might be able to issue in my library. There we go. Maybe it's in February. All right, let's see. Yes, that is it. So in the February, is that the February? The Winter 2024 Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is the cover of the 2024. It's probably gonna. So this is the cover of the 2024 Just Cross Stitch magazine, the Stitch with Love issue. These are what I'm going to be stitching with the flosses out of it. I'm going to get to the page that has them. These are full coverage hearts that are in a couple of different sizes that I am going to be stitching. They are full coverage hearts. So Filled with Love hearts. These are the flosses. This pattern is why I bought the flosses yesterday for this. And I'm hopefully going to be stitching those and making them into dough bowls or dough bowl pillows. So this is on page 60, 61, 62, and 63 of the Winter 2024 Just Cross Stitch magazine. So these are the colors for those hearts. So hopefully that'll be a new start. I will have to find out. I will have to pull the flosses for these, or pull the fabric for these, and probably get started on those because I think those are really sweet. All right. And that is kind of really all my haul. Got the new Just Cross Stitch magazine in the mail the other day. This is the summer 2025 issue. There's some really cute patterns in here, like the gecko. So the gecko is really cute. There are a couple of other really cute stitching patterns in here. I think the Blueberry Harvest Chickadee is really cute. Now I'm not going to do a full-on walkthrough or a walkthrough of this pattern. This is really cute. This is Let Freedom Ring. If you follow Catherine Zook from C Zook Stitch, she does a really good job of magazine walkthroughs for you, so she'll probably have this. I'm wondering on this one if they're going to release more holiday things to go inside the truck for this. I'd really kind of like to stitch that. That's really cute. But they only have 3 holidays for the truck, and I'm kind of wondering if they're going to come out with more of that going forward. I didn't see anything in this issue that would lead me to believe that's what they're going to do. They have Sip Sip Hooray, a couple of little summer cocktails, and this other one was really, really cute. Where is it? Where is that? That is on page 16. This one. The ice cream's called Yummy. I thought that was really cute. They have some really cute patterns in this issue. Don't really have much else going on. Just kind of taking it easy and just going to be stitching some. I don't remember if I had shown you this in my last issue, but I did, or last episode, but I did get the Happiness is Homemade Nashville Needlework Cookbook. There's some really cute small patterns in here this year. So I did get the 2025 Nashville Needlework Cookbook. Someone on Instagram, and the name, whoever's doing it is the person that's kind of put this out there in the stitching world as a stitch along, is doing the Nashville Needlework Cookbook stitch along. So you pick any of the Nashville Needlework cookbooks with any of the projects from any of the published Nashville Needlework cookbooks, and you can do a stitch along with any of the patterns in any of the cookbooks. Someone on Instagram is running that, and I believe it's called the Nashville Cookbook Sal, hashtag Nashville Cookbook Sal. I could be wrong about that. I don't know who it is on Instagram that's doing that, but somebody on Instagram is doing a stitch along with this, and there are a couple in a couple of these cookbooks that I'm considering doing as part of the stitch along, but again, I don't really know. But yeah, it's on Instagram, and it's the Nashville Needlework Cookbook Sale. So if you have any of these on hand and you want to join a stitch along, I would encourage you to kind of look up on Instagram to see if you can find out who is doing that. If I can find out, or if somebody posts a message in my comments down below and let me know who it might be, that would be great. But I don't know off the top of my head who is doing that. Earlier this week, I was browsing somebody's Facebook postings, and they had mentioned that they were doing some Rainbow Gallery freebies from the Rainbow Gallery website, and they posted a link to one of the freebies. And I went to the Rainbow Gallery website, and I found a ton of Rainbow Gallery freebies. There's tons. I printed them on backside. They have a couple of 12-month series on the Rainbow Gallery website that you can print. It's called the Cross Stitchers Surprise Series, and there was 7 or 8 years where they did these. This is all full coverage, so I got all 12 of these for full coverage ones. At some point, I'm probably going to start these. I did happen to look yesterday at these, and they're all stitched with Rainbow Gallery fibers. You might be able to find DMC conversions, but yeah, they're all full coverage and they're all free. So they have this one. This one is the 2005 Cross Stitchers series. Again, these are all free. This is the 2004 Cross Stitch Surprise series. So it's a 12-month series. I'm probably going to be doing that. I think one of the ones that I saw stitched where they referenced the link was one of these ones. So these were free. Then there was the 2003 Cross Stitcher Surprise Series. This one doesn't have a cover sheet showing them all, but there's 12 of these as well for 2003. These are free on the Rainbow Gallery website, so don't have to pay for these. So there's the 2003, and this one is the 2001 Cross Stitcher Surprise Series. So you have another set, and then this last one is the 2000. So it's 2000 through 2005 Rainbow Gallery Stitcher Surprise Series. You can find these on their website. So just some patterns that I picked up along the way. And that is really all I have for you tonight. So so far this month, I have stitched just over 1,800 stitches, which makes April the most amount of stitches that I have so far completed for this year. So in January, I had 1,422 stitches with 6 projects. In February, I had 969 stitches with 3 projects. Then in March, I had 703 stitches over 4 projects. And so far in April, I have technically three projects with over 1,800 stitches. So I am going gangbusters this weekend with the hope of, or this month, with the hope of doing some more this weekend, or the next 2 weeks. So I did get my taxes done. That is good. Tax day here in the United States is on Tuesday the 15th. So get your taxes in if you haven't yet. And we're just kind of plugging along. I'm not really looking forward to going to work tomorrow, but so be it. I gotta kind of adult. And that's all I have for you. I will hopefully be uploading this with the retreat wrap-up from last weekend, and also some of the videos I took last weekend, and also the Stitching at Downton unboxing of the retreat box that I did on Wednesday night at the start of the retreat. So hopefully you will stick around for that, and we will talk to you soon. I anticipate that it'll probably be another week or two before I upload another video. Hopefully it'll be the April wrap-up and the May plans video, but we shall see where we are. And hope you are having a good April. Next weekend is also Easter here in the United States. Next Sunday is Easter, so we will hopefully be having an Easter dinner with some friends over, and then just kind of hanging out and enjoying the spring. The weather's getting warmer. It's raining a lot, but it's getting warmer, and looking forward to just kind of getting outside and starting stuff outside for the season. So that's all I have for you tonight. Keep your head up and keep moving forward, and we'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Hi everyone!
Hi everybody.
We're off to a stitching retreat! Yay!
So it's Friday, April 4th at 10:52 a.m. and we're at Sheets. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, we're at Sheets. We're heading out. We're going up to Youngstown, Warren, Ohio area for a stitching retreat. And we're looking forward to it, so hopefully we'll see you in a little while. But we got coffee. That was important.
I got orange juice.
And she's a little weird.
It's and I had coffee all morning long at home.
Yeah, well, I haven't had any yet. So it's going to be an interesting about 2 to 3 hour drive, so we'll see you in a little while.
Bye!
Bye. So, hi, Mom and I are at the stitching retreat. Oh. I can't let my door shut. But we are at the stitching retreat here in Niles, Warren, Ohio, at the Holiday Inn Express in Youngstown. And I just wanted to bring you our room here. We're in room 104, on the first level, just down the hallway from the stitching room. And our door is a handicap accessible door. that has an automatic open. So I'm gonna switch the camera around, take you through. So this is our room. We're in room 104 with the automatic door. It's gonna try and close on me again, but this is the doorway to the next room. Hi. As soon as you walk in, to the left is the bathroom. It's a basic bathroom, simple step-up shower and tub. The floor of the tub is actually higher than the actual floor, but it has a nice little accessible bath, nice wide door into the main part of the room, and we have a microwave and a mini fridge right here off to the left, and then we have 2 queen size beds, I believe. We are on the first floor. This is the little closet, and then you have a nice little dresser with the TV on it. And then over here is the desk. All the rooms have Keurig coffee makers here. And then we're actually, I think we're in the back of the hotel, but this is the view out our back window of the hotel. It might be a side view, I don't know. But yeah, back of the hotel. A nice little view. There's no traffic back here, so it actually makes it really nice. So anyway, Mom and I are sleeping in this room. It's Saturday, technically the second day of the stitching retreat. This go around, because there's like 4 other stitching retreats going on, the attendance at this retreat is really low, which surprises me because this retreat is actually pretty inexpensive to come to. But anyway, I'm gonna be getting ready to have to take a little pit stop, and then I'm gonna head back to the stitching room, but I will show you kind of a tour of this weekend stitching room. There's probably about 18 of us, 20 of us here this weekend. It's a very small retreat. It's usually 30 to 40 people. I think they can take up to 50 at this retreat. But the hotel will be going through renovations the end of this year and into next year. So this retreat usually happens twice a year, but they can't have it in the fall because the meeting room that we are in for the stitching room is going to be used for renovation supplies and whatnot. So they're starting that, I think, in May or June, and it's supposed to go until probably early next year. So I don't know if they're still looking, the coordinator for this retreat is still looking for a hotel to accommodate us, so she can keep the costs low for this retreat. But yeah, so we're still trying to figure out if there's going to be a fall retreat up here. Hopefully next year we'll be returning for sure to this hotel, because this is a really nice hotel. They accommodate us very, very nicely, and the staff here is just phenomenally accommodating and just really great. So hopefully they'll find a temporary place for us for the fall and spring for next year. So yeah, we're just looking forward to it. It's been a nice retreat. Found out last night I was stitching on the Heart and Hand Square Dance. I was working on April, that I had shown you in my last video that I had started working on. And I got to one of the carrots, the next carrot I was going to do, and I realized I was missing one of the Weeks Dye Works colors. So I looked through the projects that I brought, and I don't have that color in any of my other projects. So I put that project away and pulled out I think it's Amy Birkin, Be the Good in the World pattern, and I'm stitching on that. I'm hoping to get a finish on that tonight, so that should be good. It's going to be a couple hundred stitches. I probably have a couple hundred stitches left to go on it, but I'm hoping to get that done tonight. I put in just over probably 150 stitches in last night, and have some some free haul a little bit to show you. And Mom and I just got back to the hotel from Joann's. the Joann's that's across the highway obviously is shutting down with like the rest of them. And they still had, according to some of the ladies that went yesterday, they still had quite a bit of stuff left. So Mom and I just took a jaunt over there. We were over there for about 2 hours, just wandering around the store, and we picked up some stuff. So some of it is stitching related, some of it's not. But I managed to find 3 skeins of DMC 210, which is that lavender color. So it was the last DMC in the store. That was the regular embroidery floss. They had a lot of the pearl cotton, the number 5 pearl cotton skeins left, but I rummaged through the little bins that they had of the 5 pearl cotton, and managed to find 3 skeins of 210. So I grabbed them because why not? But I also got the World of Cross Stitch magazine. I'll have to kind of thumb through that after I open it up tonight. It was, I think, 30 or 40% off, so that's why I picked it up. But yeah, I got some kind of stitchy related stuff, but it's just general craft stuff that I picked up. So yeah, I'm going to be taking a potty break and heading back to the stitching room here in a bit. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye. So hi, it's me. I'm just out in front of the hotel that we are at. We are at the Holiday Inn Express in Warren, Niles, Ohio. So we're kind of at the top of the hill above the highway that's down over there beyond the restaurant and the flag. And we're kind of up the hill from shopping center and everything. So the shopping center across the street is really nice. It has a Hobby Lobby, a Michael's, a Target, a Meijer, all kinds of shopping, all kinds of restaurants, and everything that you could hope to have, and even a mall. I haven't been inside the mall. I'll probably check that out. But we are at the Holiday Inn Express here in Youngstown, Niles, Warren, Ohio. So I'm going to be walking back this way. I stepped outside to enjoy a little bit of the weather. It's cool but not cold, and it's very overcast. And the interesting thing about this hotel is there's a little hillside back over this way behind me. You see that little hillside over there? Beyond the silver SUV. If you can see, there is kind of a wood fence at the top of that little hill and such. That is a little historical cemetery. The people buried there were buried in the late 1800s and early 1900s. There's also, I believe, a couple of Civil War notable people buried there. It's an old cemetery. Apparently, according to the information I got from the hotel lobby, not a couple years ago when we first stayed here, and I found out there was a cemetery up there. The hotel, when they built the hotel, the city didn't realize there was a cemetery there. And when they built the hotel, they kind of got it. I don't know if it's registered or what the whole process is, but yeah, they found out that the cemetery was there. They didn't know the cemetery was there. And so now the hotel kind of takes care of the cemetery, so it's part of hotel property. And I believe last year, I think twice, maybe only once, I went up there and did a spirit box, kind of a graveyard shift there in the cemetery. If you have watched the Ghost Brothers on TV, Dalen Spratt, he has his own YouTube channel, and he goes to cemeteries and does spirit box sessions in cemeteries. So if you're so inclined to do that, or so inclined to watch, I encourage you to look up, I think it's called Graveyard Shift is the name. I don't think that's his channel though, but if you look up Dalen Spratt, Dalen Spratt, he's got a YouTube channel where he goes to graveyards and visits. So interesting thing, a little graveyard off to the side, but I did a kind of a graveyard shift, so to speak, in the graveyard last year. And I don't really, it's been a while since I've watched the footage of it or listened to the footage with headphones on to see if I've gotten anything. But anyway, I'm going to take you inside to the retreat space here in just a little bit. So let me switch the camera angle and I will walk into the hotel. So we're out front of the hotel. It's a nice little fountain here. This is kind of a little seating area, and then you walk under the carport here into the lobby. Sorry about the shaking. I do have coffee in my hand, in my Yeti mug, and it's about 2:30 in the afternoon on Saturday. So you can see me, I'm walking up to the front door. But as I said, the hotel is being renovated at the end of this year. They're going to be adding electric doors because this hotel does not have electric doors, which is kind of different for a hotel. But anyway, you walk into the lobby. You have the front desk and the entry area. Nice little seating area. To the left off the lobby, you have the pool area. There's nobody in here now, but you have the pool area and the hot tub. A really nice little area. The hot tub is under a glass enclosure. And then this is the breakfast room, eating area. The interesting thing is they have a pancakes in a minute machine. It's kind of interesting. It drops. You're not going to be able to see it, but it drops the pancake batter onto the thing, and then the pancakes travel down this little conveyor system and then plop out. But it builds pancakes in a minute. So this is the breakfast eating area. They do offer a hot continental breakfast. You can get cereals and bagels and everything too. They have juices and then 24-hour coffees. I don't have my key card on me, but I will take you out. This is the back patio area. They do have a couple of tables there, but usually there's more tables out. And they don't have the fountain going in the thing, and I don't know if the koi fish are still in the koi pond, but back there is a fountain and a koi pond. Oh, I just realized they put a deer up there in the bush. So So they have a deer statue up in the bush. That's kind of funny. But this is the back of the hotel. So yeah. And that is the hillside that you can see through our hotel room in the back of the hotel. So yes, we are in the back of the hotel. So I will take you back into the hotel part. This is the eating area for the hot breakfasts in the morning. They have pretty good food here. Today was scrambled eggs, sausage. They had 2 to 3 different kinds of sausage and biscuits and gravy. It was good. And they also have oatmeal. But rooms are down there. And this is the stitching room. This is the Warren room.
But he loves technology. And so his dad, he goes back and forth between mom's house and dad's house. Dad's house, he will tell you 7:30 to 8 o'clock is screen time, and then it's do this, and then it's go to bed time. And
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes.
And another kid that I have looked at him and said, "Wait, what? You have only a certain time you have screen time?" And he's like, "Yeah, from 7:30 to 8 o'clock at my dad's."
Smart parent.
And this kid says, "I can do whatever I want, whenever I want." In fact, I stayed up all night watching TV and playing my games last night. And I looked at him and I'm like, "That is no surprise to me whatsoever." And he said, "Well, how do you know?" I'm like, "Because you are cranky today."
Yeah.
Look at this long dog.
I don't want to deal with that. Like, I'll lay
Me
in bed,
too.
and I'll, it's past now. I gotta work tomorrow, but I'm still scrolling through Instagram.
Yeah.
It's hard to, they loop you.
They do. Yes. They. And I'm like, what the heck? How am I? What am I doing?
Stitching room.
Our high school went to a no phone policy this year.
Really? How's that turn?
Hi FlossTube friends, this is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Wednesday. Sorry about that. Today is Wednesday, April 9th at approximately 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm coming to you today in a different location in my house. I'm coming to you today from the living room because I'm all set up here for the Black Needle Society Stitching at Downton Seasons 1 and 2 Virtual Stitching Retreat. It started at 8 o'clock tonight, Eastern Time, and we had a half-hour Facebook Live video, and then at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central Time, the first stitching challenge based on Season 1, Episode 1 of Downton Abbey started. So I'm coming to you today with a really quick thing because I signed up for the Black Needle Society Downton Stitching at Downton retreat last summer, and I have my box here for you that I have not unloaded, that I have not opened yet. So I came here, even though the retreat's technically started, everybody else knows what's in the box. I've heard a couple of things. I don't know what the stuff looks like, but I'm here today to kind of open the box and also give you a little bit of retreat information. So this is the welcome letter for the Stitching at Downton retreat in a box that we are working on. There is a smalls exchange with this retreat that I am not participating in, and here is the event listing. I know you're not going to be able to read this. So these dark orange selections here, like this row here, are the stitch prompt and stitch along as you watch those episodes of Stitching with Downton. And then these lighter orange boxes, like right there, are the Facebook Live videos sessions that we are optional participating in. And as you can see, the time started at 8 p.m. tonight, and it goes all day, pretty much all day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It ends Sunday around 7 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m. It ends around 7 p.m. on Sunday night. But the stitching challenges start at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I have to work tomorrow. I am working from home, so I will be able to get in live. My cats are going crazy because I'm in the living room. But anyway, just kind of wanted to give a shout out to the stitching retreat. Having fun. The Zoom room is a lot of fun. The ladies are chatty and really nice to listen to talk. The Downton Abbey pattern. Let me get the retreat pattern is this is the retreat pattern. I don't know if the it's gonna let you. It's called I Am a Custodian, and it's Highclere Castle, or where Downton Abbey is filmed, the location where Downton Abbey is filmed. I do have my piece in Pattern Keeper, and for this first stitching challenge, for the first hour, I stitched 80 stitches, which earned me three entries into the drawing. So I will hopefully win some stuff over the weekend. I'm looking forward to that. They also pull participant numbers. We were each given a participant number at the beginning of the retreat, and so during their Facebook Lives they also draw participant numbers for free giveaways. So I have not yet won one of those, but we shall see. The next stitching challenge happens in about 28 minutes at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. Central. So the second stitching prompt is let me read it to you. So the second stitching prompt is Season 1, Episode 2. Matthew Crawley arrives at Downton, but Mary has other plans. Who wants an old sea monster when you can have Perseus? Stitch on a project with a sea creature. Because I am stitching on the Stitching at Downton actual retreat project, I don't have to worry about the prompts because this project is considered stitching for the prompt, so I don't need to worry about that. So I take the number of stitches I stitch each hour and I divide them by 25 because my piece matches the prompt, because it's the Downton project, and that gives me the number of entries. So since I stitched 80, it was like 3.2, so I get 3 entries into whatever drawings that they put our entries into. So that'll be fun. So now, without further ado, I am going to get into my Stitching at Downton box. So let me, before I do that, let me kind of show you my setup here. So I have down here, I have our coffee table, has a leaf in it that you can extend up towards the couch, and I have my stitching. This is what I've stitched so far today, and I have all my stuff here on my laptop so I can zoom, and I will be watching episode 2 when the new stitching thing, our stitching challenge, starts in about 28 minutes. So I've got this camera set up for you, and I'm looking at my laptop over here. So without further ado, anyway, time to get into the Stitching at Downton box. So this also has the Downton Abbey logo on the one side. So let me go ahead and get out of that. All right. So tonight's event ends at midnight after the second stitching challenge in episode 2. So anyway, we have the Stitching at Downton box, you guys. So I do have my box open right here. Looking, what is going on with that? All right, I have to move that over there. All right, you guys. So this is the Stitching at Downton box. I'm going to actually move the camera down so you can kind of see what I am looking at in my box. This is the Stitching at Downton box, you guys. This is what I'm looking at. Look at the, oh my god, the scissors. So this is what I'm looking at. Oh wow. Alright, so the first thing I see is scissors. So I'm going to be taking each one of these out, all the items out of the box. I'm excited, you guys. I'm so excited. Alright, so I'm going to put this down on the floor and put this camera back up. So hopefully you can see me okay. Hopefully the lighting is okay. Hopefully the sound is okay. So we're going to start with the first little pillow box. Don't know what's in. Ooh, there's flosses in here, you guys. No way. Color and cotton. Oh, these are some beauties. Color and cotton. Flosses. Oh my god, you guys. These flosses. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, I have one that has 2. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, these colors are fantastic, you guys. So these are color cotton, 6-stranded cotton in 8 yards special edition. So we have some specialty colors. This first one is called Spanish Flu Spreads Across Europe. You're not going to see these colors. This is a very nice light rose pink. Spanish Flu Spreads Across Europe. This one is Turkish Ambassador Found Dead. This is kind of a nice wine red. Turkish Ambassador Found Dead. Titanic Disaster. This is a black. In the lighting that I'm in, this is a black. But this is color and cotton. Titanic Disaster. And then this one, GB declares war on Germany. Great Britain declares war on Germany. Let's see, can you focus? Great Britain declares war on Germany. This is kind of a brownish gray, I think. It's got some nice variegation to it. You're not going to be able to see the color very well in here, but we have some very nice Downton Abbey inspired flosses. I may actually see if I can incorporate some of these in my Downton Abbey piece, and maybe they're intended to be used going forward. But so we have specialty flosses. Okay, so we have the special edition box card, Stitching at Downton Seasons 1 and 2. So this one, it gives the spoilers. I'm not going to go through it yet. Let me see. The headlines thread pack, dyed by Color and Cotton. We've gathered some of the splashiest headlines from seasons 1 and 2 of Downton Abbey to inspire this year's thread set. So we have nice threads. All right. This, oh, you guys, we have Lord Grantham's custom blend made with black tea, orange, natural bergamot flavor, blue cornflowers, toasted mate, and natural cream flavor. I have some Downton Abbey tea, you guys. This is called Lord Grantham's custom blend. It's a tea. I wonder where they got the tea from. Let's see if I can find. Lord Grantham's tea blend, made by Adagio Teas. Mrs. Bates certainly has some cheek to show up, sip some tea, and demand Mr. Bates leave Downton. Although from what she said, it sounds like Lord Grantham keeps a fairly delicious blend of tea around. Have a cup while you sit back and watch the drama unfold. So I ordered some teas on Amazon, some of the Republic of Teas Downton Abbey series teas. They haven't come yet. They're supposed to come tomorrow. But I now have a tea that I can try tonight. I might actually have some of this later tonight or enjoy it over the weekend. But it's Lord Grantham's custom blend by Adagio Teas. Excited for that. What's this? All right, so we have the Downton Abbey exclusive needle minder. Do I need to? No, I can open it this way. I don't need to rip open the package. Can I do that with this one too? Yes. All right, let me check the tea. So, oh, that tea smells wonderful. There's the tea. I don't know if you can see it. It's got fruit bits in it. You're probably not going to be able to see it in there. Oh my God, that tea smells wonderful. I might actually have to order more of that. But we have the Downton Abbey exclusive needle minder. Wow, so this says, what is a weekend? I think this is the Dowager. It says, what is a weekend? You're going to get some glare in here because the lighting is not the perfect thing. Wow, what is a weekend? That is a nice, it's a metal. So it's a metal needle minder with a really big magnet. The magnet's super strong. So it's got the Dowager on there. You're not going to be able to see that super well. But anyway, and it says, what is a weekend? Yeah, so that's, I'm putting that on my stitching, on my project. Wow, exclusive needle minder. All right. Downton exclusive needle minder. What is a weekend needle minder? The needle minder comes from artwork by the Black Needle Society. There are plenty of hours in the day, and there's always the weekend to get your stitching done. Though Granny may need a bit of an explanation as to what you're referring to, we've designed this cameo-inspired needle minder in her honor. The Dowager, Granny is the Dowager. Somebody mentioned having a job and having the weekends free, and the Dowager, Granny, didn't know what a weekend was because she doesn't have to work. This is from Mrs. Patmore's Kitchen. It looks to be some sort of little booklet. From Mrs. Patmore's Kitchen Recipe Binder. Want to cook like Mrs. Patmore? Keep all of your best recipes in this recipe binder inspired by the busy Downton cook herself and her favorite kitchen maid, Daisy. Nice little cookbook thing. That's kind of cool. Open it up. Take a look at it. Wonder if there's any recipes in here. No, but it comes with little recipe card things. So it's a little flip through notebook type thing that you can put recipes in. So that's actually really kind of cool. Yay! Put that back in here. A nice little recipe book. Okay. This is O'Brien's Regret. O'Brien's Regret Soap Bar. Curated by the Black Needle Society. O'Brien's heard whisperings of Lady Grantham's hunt for a new lady's maid, and she's feeling more than a little vindictive. Check beside your bathtubs to make sure a piece of this bar doesn't send you tumbling in the bathtub like it did Cora. So if you watched Downton Abbey, little spoiler, the lady's maid, the lady's maid to Cora had prepared her a bath. So this is O'Brien's Regret. Amber, this one's called Amber Breeze. It's a 4.5 ounce soap bar, curated by the Black Needle Society. Yep, it's beautiful soap, you guys. It's the actual kind of soap that I really like to use. I use a lot of Buff City soap. This bar, you take a look at the soap in the thing. Oh, look at this. This type of soap that I actually really like to use. It's curated soap. Ooh, that smells so lovely. And it's got little sparklies in it. This perfect soap. Love this. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm gonna love the soap. Beautiful. O'Brien's Regret soap. So the lady maid, Mrs. O'Brien, she had Lady Cora had dropped her soap while she was taking a bath, and Mrs. O'Brien kind of kicked a bit of the soap kind of out in the path of her, and so when she got out of the bathtub, she would slip and fall. And just as Mrs. O'Brien was trying to get back into the room to stop her from getting out, because she was instantly regretting doing that, Lady Cora actually got out and slipped on the bar of soap, and it caused her to miscarry her baby. So that was really scary in the movie. All right, then we have Lady Doc Creates 100% beeswax, hand poured exclusively for the Black Needle Society. This is called Gwen's Typewriter. Gwen's Typewriter Waxer. Gwen, made by Lady Doc Creates. Gwen has great ambitions to leave service to become a secretary, and with Lady Sybil's help and some practice, it might just happen. Anna may want to use some of this wax to stuff her ears while her roommate taps at the keys. You can use it to lightly coat your thread before stitching so it lays nicely and you avoid knots. Oh, that's really cute. So this is 100% beeswax, and it is a typewriter. You're not going to be able to see that super well. The lighting in here isn't exactly great, and I apologize for that. But it's just a piece of beeswax that is shaped kind of like a typewriter. You can kind of see the keys here. It's a typewriter. That's really kind of cool. And it's beeswax. That is thread conditioner for your threads. All right. This I'm excited for. This is a Downton Village Flower Show Scissors. Let's see. So this was curated by the Black Needle Society. We hear Mr. Molesley has some exceptionally beautiful roses at this year's flower show. Though, as Cousin Isabel likes to remind us, it's a shame that the judges feel obligated to award the Grantham Cup to the Dowager each year instead of the true winner of the event. Maybe Mr. Molesley can use these scissors to prune what should be his winning rose bushes. Here are the scissors, you guys. They're huge. Here's my hand. They're about as big as my hand, so they're pretty huge. Yep. What time is it? It's going on 10:48. So we have a big pair of scissors. And they're gold. They have some really nice weight to them. So they're pretty huge. Huge scissors. All right. Really pretty scissors. Really nice scissors. So this is Downton Abbey Kitchen Recipe Card Set 1. Want to try a taste of Downton Abbey during the retreat? While we couldn't send you your own private Mrs. Patmore, we did come up with 12 recipe cards inspired by the events and kitchens at Downton Abbey in seasons 1 and 2. So these little recipe cards will go in the recipe book. So this one is Shooting Party, Park and Cake and Punch, and Kedgeree. The Kedgeree has smoked salmon. So we got some cards to go in our Mrs. Patmore's kitchen recipe binder. All right. Headlines thread pack. Put that in your pipe. Okay, so this is Carson's Butler Stick Thread Winder, made by NTSD Gaming. Carson doesn't hide that Lady Mary is his favorite member of the Grantham family. While the Butler stick Carson uses to set the table to precise measurements is probably longer than 12 inches, we felt this was an appropriate size to send for a thread winder. And the thread winder says, even a butler has his favorites, m'lady. So essentially what this is this is a 12-inch ruler, and you wind your floss on the ruler, and you can cut either one end or both ends, and it gives you a length of floss that you can stitch with. I think my lengths of floss tend to be a little longer than this, but this is really kind of cool. So that's what this is. This is to cut your lengths of floss, so you get very similar lengths of floss. Very nice. Ooh, this is pretty. Wow. So this is from a dyer called Laura's Fabrics. This is a 32 count fat eighth of linen from riverviewstitching.com. Where is it on here? The Dowager's Hat cross-stitch fabrics, dyed by Laura's Fabrics. One of the most iconic pieces of costuming from the Downton series has to be the Dowager's purple cotton ball hat. We asked Laura to create inspired by the bold fashion piece. So you're not going to see this. It looks way blue. But this is a really pretty purple fabric. And it's 32 count. So this is really nice. Really super nice, actually. And it smells beautiful too. I don't know if it has to do with the thing, but here is the information for the Laura's fabric. Okay. Recipe cards, show scissors, soap bar, needle minder, thread pack, zipper pull. Put that in your pipe. Zipper pull. So this is a zipper pull. This is a little teeny charm that is for the project bag. And this says, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Cute little pipe thing with a little smoke cloud. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. It's for the project bag. That's kind of cool, actually. And then we get into the project bag. Oh, this is really nice. I like this. The Servant's Ball project bag. Artwork, Ellie Goldwine Art. It's the annual servants' ball, and staff and family have come together for a night of dancing. Thomas has claimed the Dowager Countess as his prize, but Matthew may have him beat as he's taking Mary for a turn around the room. So, project bag. It's a really nice project bag. Really super nice. And it's got a maroon inside. I am going to actually put my zipper pull on my project bag. Maybe. If I think it'll fit. Yeah, it'll fit. It'll go really nice, actually. There we go. And there is the zipper pull on the project bag. Put it over here. So I put the zipper pull on the project bag. There we go. Very nice. Very, very nice. And last but not least, we have the official print pattern for I Am a Custodian. This is the pattern for the retreat this week. It's pattern number 47. It's part 1. There will be several other parts to this pattern released over the next couple of years, from what I understand. So here is the pattern. I Am a Custodian. So this is Highclere Castle. This is Downton Abbey in this series. But it was filmed at Highclere Castle. So this is the piece that I am stitching. The full size of all 4 parts is 195 by 195, and the called for fabric is 32 count cream puff linen from Color and Cotton. I am using 40 count Verdal from Grace Notes fabric. It is lightly roasted, not salted. And that is what I'm doing. So I just wanted to bring you the thing. I have to get ready because they just should be putting up the password for the next installment. And I will need, or the next stitching challenge, so I will need to put my stuff away momentarily, get the password, and get ready to start stitching the next little bit. That is really cool. So thank you for watching my unboxing video of the Stitching at Downton Seasons 1 and 2 Retreat in a Box from Black Needle Society. So I'm looking forward to everything else going on this weekend. So thank you very much for stopping by. I will be checking in little bits here and there with more updates as the weekend goes along. So thank you very much, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.